Hi everyone, ever encountered a confusing error message like no handler for region when booting up your computer, especially on a Linux system? It can seem intimidating, but don't worry, we're going to break down exactly what this ACPI error means and how you can troubleshoot it in simple terms. First, let's understand what ACPI is. ACPI stands for Advanced Configuration and Power Interface. It's a crucial standard that allows your operating system to talk to your computer's hardware. Think of it as a set of rules and instructions. ACPI helps your OS manage power, like putting your computer to sleep or turning off components when not in use. It also helps the OS discover and configure hardware. It's essentially the bridge between your software and hardware for power and basic configuration. Now, what exactly is a region in this context? In ACPI, a region refers to a specific area of your computer's hardware resources. This could be a block of memory, a range of I/O, input, output, ports, or another hardware-specific area. These regions are defined by your computer's firmware, usually the BIOS or UEFI. They tell the operating system where certain hardware components are located and how they should be accessed. So, when you see the error "no handler for region," it means your operating system has detected one of these hardware regions. However, it doesn't have the necessary instructions or handler to properly interact with it. It's like finding a locked door but not having the key or the instructions on how to open it. The OS knows the region exists, but it's missing the specific code to manage or use it. This error most commonly appears during the boot process, often showing up in the kernel logs of Linux distributions. Why does this error occur? There are several common reasons. One significant cause is outdated or buggy BIOS/UEFI firmware. Your motherboard's firmware defines these ACPI regions. An older or flawed version might provide incorrect or incomplete information to the operating system. Another reason can be an issue with your operating system's kernel. Sometimes, a specific kernel version might have a bug. It might not correctly interpret the ACPI tables from your hardware. Or it might simply lack the necessary drivers or handlers for a particular region. Custom or unusual hardware configurations can also trigger this. If you have unique components, their ACPI definitions might be non-standard. Even virtual machines can sometimes produce this error. Their emulated hardware might not perfectly align with what the guest OS expects. So, how can you troubleshoot or fix this? The first and often most effective step is to update your BIOS or UEFI firmware. Visit your motherboard manufacturer's website. Look for the latest stable firmware version for your specific model. Flashing your BIOS/UEFI can resolve many ACPI-related issues by providing updated and corrected hardware definitions. Next, ensure your operating system is fully updated. For Linux users, this means updating your kernel. Newer kernel versions frequently include fixes for ACPI problems and better hardware support. Sometimes, adding specific kernel boot parameters can help. Commands like ACPI_OSI equals ACPI_OSI equals Linux or ACPI_rev_override can instruct the kernel to interpret ACPI tables differently. These are more advanced steps and require careful research for your specific system. Searching online is also incredibly helpful. Type the exact error message along with your computer's make and model. Chances are, someone else has encountered the same issue and found a solution. If you suspect a kernel bug, consider reporting it to the developers. This helps the open source community improve the software for everyone. Generally, this no handler for region error isn't critical. It often just means a specific hardware feature might not work perfectly. Or it might just be an informational warning that doesn't affect system stability. Your system will usually still boot and function. Don't panic when you see it. Just follow these troubleshooting steps. Updating your firmware and OS is often all it takes to resolve it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope this explanation helps you understand and tackle that ACPI error. If you found this information useful, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more tech tips, explanations, and troubleshooting guides. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next one.